is Jose Martinez, and I am truly pleased to be here today to share with you just a tidbit on who I am and my early experience. My early experience is one based on many a challenge and many a joy. My challenges were how to play more cricket, how to stone a mango tree and without hitting the person's house, and my joys were the mango in question, the beach, and playing cricket. This was, to my mind, the one thing I always remember is a really cavalier, easy, wonderful, gregarious life, and that I enjoyed. So I was one of 6 kids, 3 brothers and 3 sisters. My dad was a headmaster. My mom was a corporate secretary or director at a small stationery firm. And we spent a lot of time moving. That's one thing. It may have been imperceptible at the time, but my dad was really super intelligent guy who was a headmaster who had his own school. However, he was a really bad businessman. So that he would take all the kids and educate them or make every effort to educate them. But the parents would from time to time not pay. And the other thing I always remember is we would live in a 2-bedroom home or a 6-bedroom home with a driver. And that was to my mind, it was gregarious, it was fun, it was exciting, because you never exactly knew from year to year where you would live, but and all of this was based on this school. The other thing I really always remember is the fact how fortunate we were, that we were truly, to my mind, extraordinary kids. We were blessed with parents who loved us and kind of nurtured us from time to always, and to think that I could always, I don't know, walk on water or that strong sense of who I was and how lucky we were. And our one mission would have been to treat others who had less than us kindly and with compassion. As my mom used to say, there's nobility in poverty, because to think that somebody who is poor, they have to get up each day and go to work and not sure where they would be living or not sure where they would be eating. But in spite of all of that, they would continue to get up and face the challenges of the world, that those who were blessed with more than them. So that's one criteria I always remember, that you must treat the poor with respect and dignity. I grew up in Trinidad and Tobago, and I think to some extent that has led me or guided me to be in a perfect place for a cosmopolitan society, because Trinidad is a truly cosmopolitan place, very inclusive. I think Desmond Tutu, when he visited, said that Nobel Peace Prize recipient said that it was the rainbow that is real. And because of the inclusion of the people and the shared common cultures that each other would participate in. For those who don't know, Trinidad is an island. It's about the size of Delaware. It's the most southern of the Caribbean islands. So if you think of Miami here, Cuba here, and then you start coming down the Caribbean, Antigua, St. Lucia, Barbados, Grenada, just before getting to South America is Trinidad and Tobago. So about maybe 10 miles from the coast of South America. So it's all the way down, and it's known for its carnival. Trinidad is, for those who may not know, it's the home of the steel pan and the calypso and soca music, and it's known for the carnival. And the carnival is the driving force behind all of the other carnivals outside of the Brazilian carnival, which is the largest, and New Orleans. But Caravana in Toronto, Notting Hill in London, New York Labor Day Parade, Miami Carnival, Houston Carifesta, it's all emanated out of the steel band and calypso and soca music out of Trinidad. The other thing that is, well, I'm not sure if it's unique, but it's celebrated, is the fact that Trinidad has the population, it's about 40% East Indian descent, 37.5%, 40% of African descent, and 20% of other, meaning, you know, English, Spanish, Carib and Arawak. And Carib and Arawak, for those who don't know, are the indigenous people to that part of the Caribbean. So it's really celebrated. From a religious perspective, to another part of the cosmopolitan society would be Catholics make up about 26%, Protestant, which is Anglican, and Seventh-day Adventists make up about maybe even 26%, with Hindus making up about 22%, 23%. So it's not uncommon as part of daily life to experience each and every, the Pope celebration, as we saw yesterday, would be a huge event in Trinidad, but similar, you know, someone from India, you know, coming down, a religious leader, would also be integral and important to the people. In spite of all this cultural diversity, believe it or not, it's not a particular place for tourism, because, and the reason for that is Trinidad has a lot of, and I always remember, oil. So it was, and oil is the genesis because of the steel drums of the steel pan. So it's about 40% of the GDP. It's a fairly rich country, and I always remembered how blessed we were, you know, as Trinidadians, because the GDP is about 20%, 20,500 today, which, you know, puts it behind places like Portugal, Barbados, Greece, Saudi Arabia, but ahead of places like Russia, Malaysia, India, Puerto Rico, and Mexico. So you know that is a symbol of you know, from whence I came, and I really think that I've been blessed and real fortunate to have that you know, that childhood and that diverse background. Thank you.
Thank you, Jose.
Please be kind.